So thank you everybody for joining us again this week for Chamber Chat. We are thrilled, as always, to have one of our great chamber members, Bret Johnson with Vertical World, joining us today. Bret, thank you for taking the time, and if you would just start us off with a little bit about the history of Vertical World. How did it come to be?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, first of all. And Vertical started in 1987. Um, basically, my father, actually, Rich Johnston, and a business partner, Dan Cawthorn, they asked themselves a pretty simple question. What do the climbers do in Seattle when it's raining in the winter? What do they
Hmm.
do to climb? And the answer to most of those questions was, we have a pull-up station or a basement, or, we do some sit-ups in the garage. So they decided to make a place for climbers. Um, from what I hear, it wasn't easy at the beginning. It took a while to create an industry, but now there's climbing gyms all over the city and all over the country, and it's become a really, really viable industry.
Interesting. Did I hear right that it was the first indoor climbing gym in America?
That is correct. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
hmm
You said 1987?
Yeah, 1987. Since then, we've built many climbing gyms all over the Puget Sound region, and we're on our fourth iteration of the Seattle gym here. That's now located in Magnolia, and it's chugging along.
Very nice. So everybody is always thinking about COVID and how they need to adapt, how they need to change. How has that impacted Vertical World? What kind of things have you had to change?
Well, yeah, it's impacted the world for sure, and most certainly it has affected us. Um, well, first of all, we had to shut down for a period of time. From March 16th all the way until July 27th, we were closed. During that time, we were just, scheming as the best ways to get back open once the state would allow it, and what we would change about the facility to make it as the safe environment as possible. So we've had to attack this from a lot of different angles. Feedback from our customers and our staff has been crucial, and we've even brought on board an epidemiologist who's a professional in his field to tour all of our facilities and give us his suggestions on what the best mitigating uh, things that we can do to make it a better environment for folks. So we focused really heavily on airflow, getting fresh air in the building and getting bad air out, mandating the use of masks no matter what. And then on top of that, just sufficient screening of our members, guests, and staff members alike, and giving plenty of opportunity for hand washing, sanitizing. Um, we also have to have limited capacity. Of course, the state is mandating at the moment in only 25% capacity. So we're a bit limited there, but we're chugging along trying to make it work.
That sounds extremely thoughtful, the process that you've gone through.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have this professional on board. He's actually a member at our gym, and he has a couple of kids on our climbing team. So he's
Hmm.
part of our community, and he's an expert in the field. So he's given us a lot of really useful feedback to make it a good environment.
Very nice. So I also understand there's a brand new location for Vertical World. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we're super excited about this one. We've been working for years on this project. It's our first ground up build. Uh, it's about 29,000 square feet of area, and the gym is nearly twice the size as this current location in Seattle and Magnolia. Um, we opened it in August, but then, of course, shortly after, we had to close down. But that also gave us the opportunity to continue to build in some sections. So we have a completely new facility up in the Linwood, Mukilteo area. We're calling it Vertical World North, and we're super excited to get people climbing up there because it's really state of the art, and it's really kind of the best climbing facility in the state, in my biased opinion.
Hard to imagine double the size of your location here in Magnolia because that's not a small building that you're in.
I'll take you up there sometime.
That's awesome. And does it have different features than your current one?
The same offerings are all there. It's just on a much bigger scale.
Okay, nice. Well, one of the things we ask everybody is, COVID can get us into the mindset that everything is dour and, nothing's ever going to be the same, that type of thing. But we like to turn that script and
Mhm.
kind of think about what are some of the things that you're hopeful for? What are some things that are going to be better? What, in your mind, what are you hopeful for about the future?
That's a really good question. I think our mindset is just one day at a time. Uh, we're just looking at what regulations are put in place for us to follow. We're just super excited to have our community back in the building, and people are very thankful to have this outlet that they lost for nearly 6 months. And our staff is excited to be back to work, and we're really hopeful that that's actually a really big part of it is we're hopeful to bring more staff on. We did have to furlough quite a few employees throughout this process, and we're limited in our ability to bring everyone back. But as we expand our offerings and as we expand, everyone's comfort level in the building, then we'll be able to bring more people on, and that's just a good thing for our community in general and as a business. Yeah, we just want to keep moving forward and do the best we can for everyone that's coming in to climb, and one day at a time.
That's awesome. Good perspective. So, for those who aren't familiar with your location, can you describe how they find you, but then also let them know about your website, any social, how they can follow you, learn more
Mhm.
about you, that kind of thing?
Sure. Well, of course, we have our website, verticworld.com. You can look at all three of our locations through that. You can find us on social media on Instagram and Facebook pretty easily. Any big updates to our policies, procedures, changing hours and stuff like that. Because things are so dynamic, we use social media pretty heavily for that kind of stuff. Um, and yeah, we're just doing our best to get that info out as much as possible.
And your Magnolia location is on Commodore Way, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we're tucked away right behind the Fisherman's Terminal, in that kind of long-lasting industrial zone down there. We've been in that area since the late '90s. We were just up the street up until 2011, but we've been in this current building, the old Marco shipbuilding building, since 2011.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brett, thank you for taking this time. Thank you for updating us on all the work that you're doing to keep people safe and still climbing.
Mm-hmm.
You're a great part of this community and appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate being on, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
You do the same. Take care.
All right, see ya.
Bye.